Welcome to the Not So Legal Show. So let's start with a little Not So Legal Show advice. Most of you probably have Twitter accounts, and maybe your account has a background of, let's say, little pictures of the Mona Lisa. Do you think you're infringing someone's copyright? I mean, all you're trying to do is make your Twitter page look better than just a boring blank page. Twitter doesn't see it that way, though, as over 300 takedown notices were sent last year. For those of you who don't know what a takedown notice is, it's basically a letter telling you to take down whatever links or pictures you posted because you're infringing someone's copyright. Of course, if you don't think you're infringing someone's copyright, you can fight it, but typically it's best to just take it down and go about your way. The legal system doesn't have clearly defined rules for this, but Twitter's pretty strict in their policies, where if someone makes a claim that, let's say, a background or an avatar is infringing a valid copyright, Twitter will issue the notice. So I'd say feel free to get creative with your Twitter account, but know that a takedown notice could be coming your way. This is kind of a crazy case, but definitely one worth mentioning. A Texas cheerleader was kicked off the squad because she wouldn't cheer for an athlete that she had accused of rape. This particular athlete did in fact plead guilty, so this isn't just a case where she accused him and nothing happened. The U.S. Supreme Court refused to hear her appeal, as the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals stated that her role as a cheerleader was to be a mouthpiece for her school's support of their athletic teams. The First Amendment has no duty to protect her from deciding whether she wants to cheer or not. Basically meaning that if the school wants to kick her off the team because she refuses to cheer for someone who assaulted her, then they can do it. What do you think about this case? I don't think she should have to cheer for the guy, and she definitely should not have been kicked off the squad. In other school news, on a lighter note, those students attending the law school at University of San Francisco now have certified therapy dogs that can lend a sympathetic presence to those law students stressed out about law school. It's a nice change that a school is trying to help students rather than stress them out even more. In fact, maybe we should all get dogs like that. Time for the attorney spotlight on attorneys that are doing some good in this world. John Alexander's legal career was extremely successful until a string of bad events led him to using drugs. He lost everything, literally, as he was even homeless for a period of time. After a few near-death experiences, the guy goes to rehab, gets cleaned up, starts a new practice, and then runs for office to be the DA. He used his past as an asset, as admitting to be a meth addict for 8 years probably seemed like a tricky thing to hide. Instead, he was open and honest about his past and the changes he'd made in his life. It worked in his favor, though. I think people probably appreciate a guy who's being honest for once in politics. He's now Del Norte County's DA, and one area he's extremely focused on is the meth problem they have in the county. He created the meth elimination team and is being a really strong force there, not just for being a DA, but for helping others who suffered the same trouble as he did. It's just nice to see someone get a second chance for a change. That's it for now. Always remember to honor your power and stay tuned for the next video posting.